Hi everyone, welcome back for another episode of Adams for the Love of Movie Picks. This time around we're going to be talking about the 1996 cult classic favorite, Happy Gilmore, starring Adam Sandler. Now this movie, besides Adam Sandler, it also stars Julie Bowen as Virginia Bennett, Frances Bay as Grandma, Carl Weathers as Chubbs, Alan Covert as Otto, and of course, Bob Barker as Bob Barker. And I think that's pretty much the extent of the well-known actors in this one. Oh yeah, and Kevin Nealon as Potter. So the premise of Happy Gilmore, besides the fact that it's a comedy, is Adam Sandler plays Happy Gilmore, he tries to become a professional hockey player, but he's not that good at it. And winds up finding, because the one thing he is good at hockey is he's got a great slap shot, which actually plays well into golf for the driving the ball a long distance. So he actually finds out that he's actually a good golf player, which comes in handy because his grandma is about to lose her house to the IRS because she owes money on taxes, and he learns he can make money to save his grandma's house. So, it's a pretty simple storyline, but very effective, very well done. And, besides that, it's hysterical. It's one of those movies, no matter how many times I've seen it, I still laugh at certain parts of it. It kills me every time. It's a very, very funny movie. If you haven't seen it, and I don't know many people that haven't, you definitely need to check out Happy Gilmore. There's lots of parts in it that just, like, right from the get-go, just get you. Like, the opening credit scene, showing him and all the various jobs that he's done, and, that part in itself is funny, too. He's got the whole part where he's serenading the old Chinese lady through his apartment's intercom. He thinks he's serenading his girlfriend, and he's actually serenading her. And then, of course, you move into the whole scene, with the jackass guy. Oh, that guts me every time. Shooter is threatened by him on this tournament, and he's basically hired this guy to throw Happy off his game, and it's all while he's playing in a pro-am with Bob Barker. So, like, every time Happy goes to make a putt, and it's just all you hear is jackass. It's hilarious. It kills me every time. And at one point, he sticks his head up from because I guess they're on like a beachfront or a lakefront or something. He's like, "You will not make this putt, you jackass!" Just harassing him through the whole tournament. And then eventually, he gets to the point he's so mad, instead of punching that guy, he punches Bob Barker. And Bob Barker actually ends up kicking his ass. It's quite hysterical. At the very end, Happy's like, "The price is wrong, bitch." And then Bob Barker gets up because he thinks he's knocked him out. Bob Barker gets up and he's like, "I think you've had enough," and he knocks him out. That the whole sequence is funny. The jackass guy actually ends up coming back later, hitting him with a Volkswagen of all things, a Volkswagen Beetle, because Shooter has paid him to basically throw Happy off his game because he's threatened by him. There's lots of funny parts in this movie. It's pretty much funny from beginning to end. Even the scene where Carl Weathers' character, Chubbs Peterson, is trying to teach him, because his long game is great, but his short game is awful, like he's terrible at putting. So he takes him to this complicated mini golf course to learn how to putt. The one hole has got this animatronic clown that you shoot the ball into its mouth, and it either blocks it with its teeth, or at one point you get it in, you think you got it in, it spits the ball back out. The whole time Happy's like, I hate that clown. And then the time when it spits out, he walks up and he whacks its nose off. He's like, "You suck, you stupid clown." Like, his anger fits are just hysterical. Like, whoever wrote this movie, the lines for this movie was an absolute freaking genius. Such simple but effective comedy. It's just one of those comedies, in my opinion, that stands the test of time. It's funny no matter how many times you see it. At least in my opinion, it is. Obviously, it's a little bit more mature audience. I would say 14 plus. I wouldn't recommend it for a younger audience. The language is some brief nudity, nothing hardcore. But yeah, it's definitely a funny movie. And like I said, simple storyline, but it works very effectively in this particular movie. So, yeah, like I said, if you haven't seen Happy Gilmore, do yourselves a favor. What are you waiting for? You cannot go wrong with this movie. It is fantastic. It's a cult classic. And if you have seen it, like me, seen it a million times, see it again, because you could never go wrong watching Happy Gilmore. You want a movie that'll lift you up in spirits and make you laugh, Happy Gilmore is your movie. All right, folks, take care. We'll see you next week for another episode. Have yourselves a good one.